The 2012 Porsche 997 Turbo by Wimmer RS. Porsche ended production for the 997 Turbo Cabriolet back in 2012, having replaced it with the current generation 991. But, even if it has been close to 4 years since we last saw the 997 Turbo Cabriolet, German tuner Wimmer RS still took time to build an impressive kit for the previous generation 911. If you think about it, any kit that promises up to 840 horsepower of performance is incredible, even if the model has been gone for a long time. That's what we have here with this kit from Wimmer. It's not one of those overblown kits that come with a grocery list of aerodynamic components and interior upgrades. In fact, it has neither of those things. But, anybody who does avail of this program will have no trouble accepting the absence of these items because the engine upgrade that it does have has the capacity to bring the car's performance capability to a whole new stratosphere. Think this Wimmer kit is dated? Let me be the first to tell you that you're not going to feel that way once you step inside a 977 Turbo Cabriolet with this program firmly entrenched in it. On the aesthetic side, it even has a unique body wrap that'll ensure that all eyes will be glued to this 977 Turbo Cabriolet when it's on the road. There are a lot of things to like about this program for the 997 Turbo Cabriolet by Wimmer RS. I'm sure those who end up getting it will have no problems agreeing with that sentiment. Continue reading to learn more about the Porsche 997 Turbo by Wimmer RS. Exterior. The exterior modifications on the Porsche 997 Turbo Cabriolet are limited to just a gold body wrap that gives the sports car a nice shine and a new set of wheels. The car looks especially glamorous at night, especially when the lights bounce off the body wrap, creating this shimmering look that really brings out the aesthetic appeal of the sports car. As for those wheels, Wimmer RS chose a set of 19-inch OZ Ultraleggero rims shod in Michelin tires measuring 235/35-19 in the front and 305/30-19 at the back. Wheel spacers measuring 0.98 inches on the rear axle round out the wheel and tire modifications on the car. Other than these two additions, the exterior of the 997 Turbo Cabriolet remains in stock configuration. Interior. No changes were made to the interior of the 997 Turbo Cabriolet, so don't expect anything out of the ordinary when you step inside the cabin. Fortunately, Porsche already put in the work to make the interior as classy and as luxurious as it can possibly be. Drivetrain. Okay, so the rather muted upgrades on the exterior and interior aren't worth bragging about. That's okay because whatever it lacked on those two fronts, Wimmer RS more than made up for in the engine and performance department. That's right. This program for the 997 Turbo Cabriolet is all about adding more muscle to the car's 3.6-liter, flat-six engine. On this end, the German tuner added a pair of turbochargers and worked on optimizing the electronic makeup of the flat-6 mil. This 997 Turbo Cabriolet could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds to go with a top speed that could reach in excess of 210 miles per hour. Other updates like the new spark plugs, reinforced pressure tubes, and a more powerful fuel pump all contribute in improving the sports car's output from the standard 480 horsepower and 457 pound-feet of torque numbers all the way up to an incredible 840 ponies and 642 pound-feet of torque. Wimmer also added a stainless steel racing sports exhaust system with electronic valve command and sports catalysts to help accommodate the increased power coming out of the flat-six engine. No performance numbers were announced, but considering the massive horsepower improvement of the car, this 997 Turbo Cabriolet could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds to go with a top speed that could reach in excess of 210 miles per hour. Those numbers aren't official by any means, but one can only imagine that this 997 Turbo Cabriolet is capable of unspeakable fury on the road with that much power under its hood. Suspension. To accommodate the power gains of the Porsche, Wimmer RS also added a few suspension improvements, including the KW variant 3 coilovers. Prices. With the amount of power Wimmer RS was able to get out of the 997 Turbo Cabriolet, it's safe to say that availing this package comes at a steep price. Well, that's exactly the case, because the German tuner is charging €39,000 for just the technical optimization program. That's about $42,400 based on current exchange rates. Oh, but that's all. You know the upgrades on the chassis and suspension, as well as the new wheel and tire offerings. Those are going to cost an extra €7,500, $8,150, bringing the total cost for the entire program at €47,150, or around $51,271. Competition. Audi R8 V10 Spider by Regula Tuning. The Porsche 997 Turbo Cabriolet has no shortage of competitors. One car that has become one of its fiercest rivals is the Audi R8. The Audi may not have the rich tradition of its Porsche counterpart, but in the short time that it has been around, it's also earned the distinction of being a tuning favorite. Yes, there have been countless programs that have been developed for the R8. I've seen my share in the past few years, but there's one that really captured my imagination. It comes by way of Regula Tuning, and it's arguably one of the most well-dressed R8s I've ever seen. The kit is made entirely from carbon fiber and completely transforms the look of the previous generation R8. Granted, the kit is only made up of a new front and rear apron and a new set of side skirts, but the way Regula Tuning used a red finish to act as an accent color to the white body of the R8 gives the supercar an aesthetic pop. The tuner also added a new set of 20-inch Oxygen Oxrock wheels in a red-white-black finish. The only downside of this kit is the absence of an engine tune. That's where Wimmer RS program for the 997 Turbo Cabriolet has a clear and distinctive edge. Having said that, the previous generation R8 still came with a 5.2-liter V10 engine that produced a total of 525 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. That output was enough to allow the R8 sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.8 seconds and hit a top speed of 193.25 miles per hour. It's not close enough to what the 997 Turbo Cabriolet is capable of, but at least it won't embarrass itself. Read our full review here. Audi R8 V10 Spider by MTM. Let's stick with the Audi R8 V10 Spider here because, as I said, there were plenty of tuning programs for the previous generation German supercar. One of the more impressive kits that was introduced for the R8 V10 Spider came by way of MTM, a German tuner that's regarded as one of the best Audi tuners in the business. Back when it was presented in early 2013, MTM offered a new exterior kit and an engine upgrade for the R8. The exterior upgrades were limited to a few aerodynamic improvements, specifically on the front and rear spoilers and the side skirts. MTM also dressed up body with checkered flag graphics that it said could be combined with any possible color. Inside, MTM replaced the R8's standard seats with Recaro carbon fiber, race-style seats, saving 88 pounds in the process. The kit also offered a new set of 20-inch Bismuth-forged alloy wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup tires. The other highlight of MTM's kit for the R8 was the engine improvement. The tuner accomplished that by remapping the ECU and installing a new stainless steel sports exhaust system. As a result, the R8 was able to produce a total of 606 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque, good enough to allow the supercar to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds and hit a top speed of 200 miles per hour. Read our full review here. Conclusion. It's an admittedly old program, so this kit may not be suited for owners of the current Porsche 911. But, if you still have the 997 Turbo Cabriolet, this kit from Wimmer RS is about as good as it gets. It's incredibly difficult to find a kit that offers this much performance enhancements than the one Wimmer RS has just unveiled. The kit is admittedly a little pricey, especially for a car that's already been replaced by its manufacturer. But, if you have the money to spend, then I don't see any reason why you shouldn't spend it by juicing up your 997 Turbo Cabriolet. Love it. Impressive power improvement, gold body wrap as unique, nice set of wheels. Leave it a little on the pricey side. No interior upgrades. It's for an older model of the Porsche 911.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.